like to invite all of our coaches to the stage. And as they're coming, I want to say that we have an amazing group of coaches. They're all volunteers. They are all volunteers who freely give up their time and resources to be here for every game, for every practice, and for every tournament. And some of them don't even have a player that is playing at that time. They're servant leaders, often being the last to leave the gym, helping with tear down, pushing the broom, scraping food off the floor, picking up empty water bottles, or taking out the trash. See your mom? Yeah. Yes? Okay. So one of our biggest challenges this year actually happened before the season even began, and we were unexpectedly in need of a varsity coach less than 2 weeks before tryouts. So that began a period of intense discussion, prayer, and consideration. Believe me, none of these coaches are haphazardly given a team. So as we considered, it was clear that Coach Penny was the first person we should ask to take the varsity team. And after much prayer, she accepted. So after years of coaching 14U and then JV, she bravely took on the challenge of our varsity team. She had previously coached a lot of this year's seniors in the early years, so it was fun that they got to end with her too. Penny takes time to think through all aspects of play, considering each player and the team as a whole. She's very intentional in everything she does. Thank you, Coach Penny. Moving Coach Penny left JV without a coach. Clearly, Coach Leah was the best candidate for that spot. There's a big leap between 14U and JV, but we knew she was up for the challenge. Leah can be intense and focused in practices, which is fantastic for high-level athletes. But she also has a fun-loving side that we've all come to know and love. And her players have been very simple. Thank you, Leah. Not only did our JV and varsity teams have great coaches this year, but we also had a great assistant coach to both teams, Coach McKenna. While generally soft-spoken, McKenna often had input in huddles during games, helped, kept stats, made decisions, and was a tremendous help in practices. Our players were certainly blessed to have her this season. Thank you, Coach McKenna. With Coach Leah moving to JV, we now have a hole to fill for our 14U team. We never anticipated that would be the hardest thing to fill, but it turned out it was. When it was still open at tryouts, we went forward by faith that God would give us a coach before the season began. And as usual, he gave us more than we asked for, and he gave us two. Coach Kelly and Coach Emily came to the gym over and over with an entourage of little people who never disrupted their practices or games. Coach Kelly and Coach Emily have been a great team, always prepared and effective in their coaching. Their practices were fun to watch because there were always smiles and laughter in the midst of challenging drills. We know it could not have been an easy balancing act, but we're faithful to take it out this year. Thank you, Coach Kelly and Coach Emily. Probably the person who spent the most time in the gym this season was Coach Kate. She would spend a couple of hours with her 12U players, do her own warm-up, and run to the other side of the gym to be part of the varsity team. She was on a marathon this season that came to practices or games like coaching 12U in Owasso and still making it to Lansing to play varsity. Not to mention the crazy pace of coach play all day at States on Friday. This 12U team had a unique opportunity to see their coach play. Through it all, Coach Kate not only loved and led her players well, but she instilled a love of volleyball in them that will last for years to come. Thank you, Coach Kate. We once again had enough 10 and under girls to be able to have two 10U teams. Coach Butterfield, who has coached at several different levels for JV for many years, took the lead, coaching our 10U white team and leading practices. She was also the one to figure out the hiccups with practicing in the second gym. It's not an easy task to keep that many young girls focused and learning all the time. She was able to do that, making practices both fun and instructional. Thank you, Coach Butterfield. We asked Coach Stephanie to help with the younger girls during camp in July. Little did she know what she was getting into because we were actually trying her out for a coaching spot. Coach Stephanie willingly jumped in, and we quickly knew she'd be a great addition to our team. She coached the 10U Gold team this season. Thank you, Coach Stephanie. And then there's Coach Renee, who took this ragtag group of guys and gave them the opportunity to play volleyball. The boys will be having their own end of season celebration soon, but we did not want to miss out on an opportunity to publicly thank her. She jumped at the challenge to coach them in the midst of her own busy college schedule. She came with a smile and sheer determination. While it wasn't always easy, the outcome was pretty entertaining for the rest of us. We're so thankful for her balance of teaching and letting them and us have fun. Thank you, Coach Renee. There's our coaching team this year. Good job, guys. Thank you. As an all-volunteer organization, it takes a lot of people to make our games happen. We need admissions and concessions people to line judge and run the scoreboard, to do the announcing and praying, to do the book and the barrel track. We had parents this season that worked game after game after game, never sitting and watching, or cheering under their breath, or when the refs weren't watching. I wish I could list them all, but I'm afraid I would miss someone. Please know that your endless contributions were not unnoticed and were greatly appreciated. So if you did any of those things that I mentioned just a minute ago, would you please stand? Concessions, admissions, libero academy, the book, the board, players too. Players do some of those things, right? Line judge, all those things. Girls, we could not have had games without all of this help, so I would love for you to give them a round of applause as a Just a few more thank yous. Can I have Gabby, Emily, is Evan here? Is Evan here? I don't know. Is Evan here? Yeah? Okay. Gabby, Emily, Evan, Bill Walsh, and Dan Gustafson, please come to the stage.
Yeah, right.
Evan, you are requested on stage. All right. Come on up. Evan, come on up. So one of the things on the board we are always trying to do is save money, and I will tell you that Gabby and Emily saved us a whole bunch of money because they very willingly volunteer ref all of our 10 games. So we just want to give them a thank you for that. And then Evan is our chief ball finder. He searches the gym after practices and games and finds all missing balls. I think he recovered at least 3, maybe 4. Yeah. So that has been a huge help to our program. So thank you, Evan. Bill and Dan videoed every game that they were present for, sometimes while doing other things too. You Dan. So we just want to give you a little thank you. Thank you guys. And last but not least are my counterparts on the volleyball board. There's a lot of amazing work that has to be done, and these are the people responsible for that. None of them wanted to come up here today, though. I managed to get a couple of you up here. I think we've all made it up here at one point. So yay me. But Jason Reed, Lauren Prine, and Kristen Marsh, we want to just appreciate you real quick. So everybody will get them on.
Jen didn't know I was going to hijack this, but she should have expected it. We actually could not have a season if Jen and Kristen and Jason and Laura were not working tirelessly behind the scenes. Just the volume of it is overwhelming to me, what they do to make sure that our girls can play every single year. And our boys also have the space, the scheduling, the thoughtfulness that goes into setup to tear down, into celebrations that we get to have as additions to our season, and just every single thing. So I'm not sorry. Come up here. We have gifts for you guys that each of the girls in the entire program participated in, so that you guys, because they all are so thankful for how you guys help run our season. So I'm going to use my hand. spend a lot of time sitting in cold gins with us. So we, all the girls all work together to cut and tie blankets for them to have, to keep them warm in cold gins. So can we just thank them again, because they do so much for us.
My turn to hijack the mic. So, some of you may not know, Mrs. Walsh is going to be stepping down. Maybe not totally. She might try totally. We'll try to keep her in a little bit. But her position on the board is going to be less intense than it has been for all these years. And I was offered to come onto this board with very little expectation. She does everything. Her and Kristen do everything. Like, it's more than a full-time job. And I never realized how much time she was putting into this. All those games where there was nobody volunteering to do book or to do this or to do that, you have Jen to thank, because she filled into these spots. Shameless plug for signing up to volunteer. She filled the spots, and if she's not here next year, there's some big shoes to fill. But we just want to thank her for all of her dedication to Patriot volleyball all these years. She's amazing.
You bet on how long it was going to take for me to cry tonight. Okay. Oh, thank you. I know that took a bit of time, but it's always important to remember that we're only able to do what we do with so many people helping. It's not just one person. So now it's time to start honoring our players, and we're going to start with our 10U white team and Coach Butterfield, if you could all come to the stage.
Anyway, I was just saying thank you for the opportunity to teach you girls. I don't take it lightly, and it's been a privilege to get to know each of them. And I thank you for parents, like she said, filling in, so we got a lot of thank yous out of the way. But really, it's important for everyone to pitch in, and I appreciate supportive parents, an incredible board, staying busy, working everything out for us. And so on to each of these girls, our theme this year for our teams was unity. So I'm sure you'll hear a lot about it. It would be a good spot for the definition, but I'm not really a speechwriter, so hopefully maybe somebody else, when they do their team, tell you about unity. But our goal and our theme for our teams was to be united. And often during practice, I would try to open in prayer. I sometimes forgot, but I would almost always say, most of all, Lord, be pleased in what's done here. And as I stopped to think about it, I'm wondering, well, what is God pleased with volleyball? What is he, what is it he is pleased in? And one of the verses is Psalm 133:1. How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. So God is pleased when we have a united team, when we play volleyball in unity. So I'm proud of each of these girls. We have a huge age gap. Some have played a year, some have not played a year. So the idea of unity is important and is challenging. How can we play united when we're different ages, different skills? And they all did such a good job. having a unified team and developing their skills together. So I'm proud of each of them. So individually, all right, so first I have Miss Abigail. She developed more strength in her trajectory of passes. There was a huge improvement when she tried a new skill for her serve and was able at some of our last games to get her serves over and even score. So it's exciting to see you developing those skills. So great job, Abigail. Michaela's not here, so I appreciate having Michaela this year, but she is not. So Lily. Okay, Lily is such a great listener during practice. She is engaged during instruction, and she works hard each practice. She is a reliable server. She challenged me one day when we were kind of struggling at one of our away games. She was still there with a great attitude. I was a little mopey, and I hear her cheering for her team, even when it was a difficult score to see or difficult to see your team losing. She still cheered with a good attitude, and she challenged me in my attitude in those types of situations. So this kind of a player is a gift to a coach on her team. So thank you, Lily. Genevieve is like quite a mystery. Genevieve works hard, and it's always hard to tell exactly what she's thinking. It may not seem like she's loving volleyball, but there definitely were games where, even several times, where I saw a smile sneak out when she either got a good pass over or she got her serve over. So she's just my quiet mystery, and I really believe she's one of those secret weapons coming up through the ranks of volleyball. So those other homeschool teams better look out as she develops into her volleyball career. Good job, Genevieve. Eloise is our tiny powerhouse. Sometimes I see her warming up before a practice or before a game, and she's blasting the volleyball up to like the upper windows in Redeemer Church. So don't be fooled by her tiny size. Eloise plays with determination. I can see determination on her face during drills and games. And she has developed confidence on the court. I remember last year you kind of worried about your goals. Oh, don't serve it too hard for her, or don't do it right towards her. But now I have confidence as the ball goes towards her. And she's able to play strong and play tough. And she's done an incredible job working to develop her strength and accuracy. Good job, Eloise. I'm grateful for Elena's coachability, not only her mom and her teacher, now her coach. So it's probably like, when do I ever not pass her around? But she has developed a love for volleyball almost every day. Mom, can we go out and play volleyball? So I played more this season probably than a long time. She has a desire to learn more and learn well. And she wants to challenge herself to learn some of the more difficult skills. So I'm proud of her for developing a more consistent serve this year and willingness to go active ball. I think every team should have an Ella on their team. Ella is our encourager. There is not a game or a practice that goes by where she doesn't have a note or a gift or some word of encouragement. It's a huge part of any volleyball team. And not only is she our encourager, she plays so well on the court, she also has developed accuracy and more confidence in going after the ball and not being afraid to pass it. So she's done an excellent job. Lydia also is one who's been working hard at developing solid volleyball skills. I'm proud of her willingness to stick it out with her overhand serve. Often when athletes are challenged with a difficult skill and they're not successful right away, it's easy to go back and think, oh, I can't do that anymore, it's not working. But she stuck it out. Specifically, I watched her develop her overhand serve and not give up and not think, oh, I'm not going to try or not do it anymore. She was successful towards the end of the season and got some points with her overhand serve. And that is something that will go well a long time in volleyball career, so I'm proud of you. Tegan is a player who applied things that she heard and learned during practice. She didn't just practice and come to practice, she practiced well. She was a player that I knew volleyball was fun, but I knew that she showed a level of discipline during practice that she was there to learn and improve her volleyball skills. I appreciate her hard work, and I could see the rewards of her hard work as she was listening to instruction and applying it. She developed a strong overhand serve, and even toward the end of the season, we were working on overhand spike swing, and she developed a super strong arm swing toward the end. And same, I think those things better look out. Tegan is coming out through these days. Michaela's just came in. She was missing. Come on, Michaela. Come on over, Michaela. So I've seen her develop more confidence, and just about every day, every huddle, she would remind us, things have fun. So I appreciate that memory. We're working hard, volleyball is also fun. So thank you, Michaela.
Picture time. Anybody want team pictures with their medals on? Come on up and go ahead and take those pictures. Good job, Tanya White. All right, Tanya Gold. Hello? They just told me they were scared, but I am scared, so please bear with me as I get through this. I have not talked to you in a really long time, so I just want to say thank you to all of the parents for getting all of the girls to practice and games and for volunteering. And a big special thank you to April Butterfield for organizing and putting together all of our practices and for sharing passion and knowledge with the girls and I also want to say how grateful I am as a mom to have this program for my own girls to play in and for the opportunity to coach the Sunday girls this season. It's been so much fun, and I really enjoyed watching all of them improve and gain so much confidence throughout the season. I asked each of them to share their favorite memory about the season or a skill they felt they personally improved on. And to recognize each of them, I created a fun little award based on what each of them told me. First up is Riley. So Riley felt she improved serves and her determination to go after the ball this season. One of her favorite memories was when she served and got the last point to win one of our games. And another favorite memory was when she hit the ball back in bounds while sitting on the bench, which was super funny and everyone thought was hilarious and really boosted our spirits for that game. For her hard work and contributions to the team spirit, she gets well, I can pick just one for her. So she gets the out of bounds MVP and serve to victory award. Next is Paige. So Paige's favorite thing about the season was hanging out with friends, having fun, and getting the ball when it came over the net to her. So Paige, she doesn't look like it, but she has a really, really strong underhand serve. For almost every practice while we were serving, we would say, "Hey, Stephanie, look over here." And she'd be standing way back beyond the back line and just hit the ball over the net with ease. So her award is Paige the Powerhouse Server Award. Next we have Emma. Emma says she has always wanted to play volleyball and is excited to play on the team this year. Her favorite thing has been making new friends and spending time with them. She feels like she has improved her volleyball skills, especially her serving, and she's now able to join the big kids in her backyard during volleyball games. Emma always put 100% effort into every practice and all of the games, and she's super quick on the court and great at anticipating where the ball's going to be. So she gets the Hustle and Heart Award. Next is Kennedy. So Kennedy's favorite thing this season was learning volleyball and how to serve, especially passing over the net. It was really, really exciting watching Kennedy's skills improve over the season. She would get those serves over, and as you can see, she has the biggest smile on her face, and every time she got those serves over the net, she had this huge smile and she would be cheering with her teammates. So her award is Service with a Smile. Next is Emily. Emily's favorite thing this season was just being part of the team, cheering on her teammates, and having her teammates cheer for her. Emily was always such a great support for her teammates, and it was so fun watching Emily's confidence grow and her skills improve throughout the season. So Emily gets the Confident Encourager Award. Next we have Abby. Feels she got much better at passing this year, and she absolutely loved cheering for her teammates. So if you've ever been to a 10U game, you would know that is 100% true. She may be the littlest one on her team, but she has the loudest cheering voice, quite possibly out of all of the teams in the entire program. There were some games where we just needed some extra encouragement. Everybody was a little too quiet on the court or the bench, and I'd always have to look around and find Abby and say, "Hey, I'm going to need you to lead some cheers," and she never disappointed. So for all of her hard work and amazing cheering skills, she gets the Team Spirit Superstar Award. Next I have Ava. So Ava loved the time when we won all 3 games, and she liked everything about this year, which I believe 100%. She always came to practice in the games with a wonderful attitude, easygoing, and she's a great passer, great server, and she had some really great offhand passes for us during a couple of the games. So she gets the Everything is Awesome Award.
next is Clementine. So Clementine says her favorite thing about the season was winning the last 3 games and hanging out with friends. She's enjoyed everything about the season, and she thought she improved on her overhand serves and passing. And this is my daughter, and I just really enjoyed the opportunity to coach her, and she's been a great team player and a good all-around player. Or great team player and a good all-around player, so she gets the all-around ace award. And last but not least is Paisley. So Paisley loved throwing the ball, having me and Coach Butterfield as her coaches, and having fun with her friends. Paisley broke her wrist before her very first practice, I think. Was it? So her season was a little up in the air for a moment, and I was bummed because I was really looking forward to watching her serve over the net. She is, I think, maybe the strength runs in the family because both of the Frizzles have very excellent serves. There were many games that I had to tell her, you're going to take like 5 steps back because she could just hit it with ease and it would go flying over the net. Once she got her cast off, though, she came to first practice with her hard cast on and was able to play in the first game still, and she gave 100%. But once that cast came off, I think her serve was stronger than it was before. So she gets the Comeback Queen Award. Thank you guys so much. Great job, Tammy.
Before we bring the next groups up, I was asked to mention a new award that will be given for our teams who 12 youth through varsity this year. And this is the Patriot Award. When I asked for a written description of the award, this is what I was given. The Patriot Award is awarded to the player who exemplifies leadership, coachability, character, good attitude, and challenges herself and her teammates to be the best they can be. We're excited to debut this new award at today's awards. And so with that, I will have Coach Kate and the 12 youth team come to the stage.
Oh man, these girls are so fun to coach. They are such a fun team. They don't just have fun, they have Funyuns. That was our special word this season. At the beginning of the season, I asked them to come up with a one-word goal for the season. And they gave me a lot of suggestions. We had a long list, and we got down to 2, and we couldn't choose between them, so we combined them to be a 2-word goal for the season. So our goal was unstoppable faith. And it was so much fun to watch these girls grow in that this season. At the beginning of the season, I would ask for a volunteer to pray before practice, and no hands would go up. At the end of the season, several hands went up, and I had to choose one person and tell the others that they could do it another time. So it's so fun to see how they grew in their confidence in their faith. So, our first player is Kadia. Kadia is my super server. We didn't have enough players for 12U this year, so we pulled Kadia up from 10U. And I did not know what an amazing server I was getting when we did that. She came in and she had so many incredible, consistent serves. There were many games that she started off the game serving the first 5 points, and then we would have to rotate servers. And at States, she served, how many do you think you served? 25, she thinks she served at States. 22. All right, there you go. So, she also was always joyful and ready to learn every practice, every game. She always had a smile
and she practiced amazing, unstoppable faith. All right, next we have Aaliyah. Aaliyah is so sweet and coachable. She is sweet-spirited, respectful to me and others, and she is willing to learn and change. Throughout the season, her passing and moving to the ball got better and better, and now she's a very reliable player, and she has great, consistent serves. She also plays with a humble attitude that will take her very far in life, so great job, Leah. Next is Morgan. Morgan has incredible team spirit. She is always cheering and encouraging and always had great input in our timeouts. When I would ask what we can change to improve our game, she always had great things to say. She has a very consistent serve that is hard for the other team to return. And at state, she really stepped up and passed some hard serves that were coming over and gave really good returns. Great job. Next is Violet. Violet is my humble leader. She was selected as one of the team captains, and she took the role on with grace and strength. She led her team by example. She showed humility and kindness, and she never complained. She also has some serious volleyball skill. She's a reliable player. She has very consistent serves and controlled passes, and she always worked so hard, hustled, and never gave up. Great job, Violet. Next we have Rachel. Rachel came in this year completely new to volleyball. She'd never played, she didn't know much about the game, and we saw some huge improvement over the season. She learned very quickly, she asked some great questions, and she worked on passing form and now has very good controlled passes. And by the end of the season, she not only got her serve over, but she had several serves and aces in our game against Chat at state. Great job, Rachel. Next is Eden. Eden is a faithful leader. She's our other team captain, and she led with confidence, encouragement, and beautiful character. She always had a positive attitude, worked hard, and uplifted her teammates. On and off the court, she displayed Christian character with her encouragement, her input during devotionals, praying for the team, and her kindness and deep care for others. And for that reason, she gets the Patriot Award. Next we have Ruby. Ruby is a soft-spoken bundle of joy. She is sweet, respectful, and so kind to her teammates. And she also has a lot of fun. It was so fun to watch her grow in her character and as a volleyball player. She has very good, consistent serves, great passes, and very pretty sets. Great job, Ruby. Next we have Mila. Mila has a power arm. I have never seen, are you 8 or 9? An 8-year-old girl who has such a powerful serve from way behind the line that is better than a lot of varsity serves that I've seen. She has a very powerful, hard to return serve, and I believe that a lot of teams we play get scared when they see her go back to serve. She also has great hustle, enthusiasm, and is always cheering for her team. She gets very into the game and has great focus. So great job, Mila. Next is Sophia. Sophia is a joy bringer to the team. She always brought lots of joy and giggles to practice and games. Sometimes the giggles were at the wrong time, but that's okay. She was a kind, caring teammate, and she even shows care and concern for the team that we were playing against. And I believe that is a very Christ-honoring way to play sports. She also worked really hard during the off-season to master her overhand serve, and she did great with it all season. So amazing job, Sophia. And last but not least, I want to do a quick shout out and thank you to Mrs. Perrine. Stepped in to help coach the girls at States when I was not able to. I was really sad that I wasn't able to coach them all the time, but I knew I was leaving them in great hands, and they had a lot of fun with her. So thank you so much, Mrs. Perrine. That's your 12 and 15. What's your time?
Great job, 12 minutes.
Hey, Coach Leah and the JV teams. No, I missed one. I'm sorry. Or to you. They're looking at me like, what about us? Coach Emily and Coach Sully and the 14 team. Come on up.
Emily asked me last night if I was nervous, and I said, no, it'll be fine. And I was up and I'm like, okay, no nerve-wracking, but we will get through it. I think it speaks to both of us that we don't want to receive and depend on coaching. Sometimes that's something that just pack up on they were in need, but I'm super, super grateful that we got the opportunity to do it in build all season, and it's a privilege and an honor to coach them and have a wonderful time together and a great season, and I'm just looking forward to seeing next season is again where it takes down. So tonight we're gonna split up a little bit. I'm gonna take some girls and talk about them, and Chris wants to take some girls and talk about them. So I will get started here with number 3, Everett. Close. Okay. Who doesn't love Everett? Her infectious smile, bubbly personality, and unending enthusiasm kept the heart of our team beating even in our most discouraging times. As one of our co-captains, she worked tirelessly to encourage and uplift her teammates on and off the court. Her strong and consistent serves were key guards in many games, and her passing was vital to our back row play. Extremely coachable, Everett was always very receptive to any feedback and wasn't afraid to ask questions to understand things better. She didn't let a mistake get her down and hold her back. She was quick to shake any frustrations off and move forward with infectious optimism. It was so much fun and a joy to have Everett on our team this year. Next we have number 7, Katie. Quiet but quick to laugh, extremely hardworking and yet always ready to have fun. Constantly pushing herself to get better, but still able to be present in the moment and move past any mistakes. That is Katie. Her strong serves and hits, consistent passes, and constant hustle played a vital role for the team this season. She was a steady constant for us every game. There wasn't a ball Katie wouldn't try her absolute best to get. She was always looking for constructive criticism so that she could improve, and didn't shy away when I pushed her to go past her limits. She took everything I said in stride and determinedly applied it to the next play. It was a joy to watch Katie develop her skills over the season and learn to control and own her strength with the ball. Number 12, we have Cecilia. If we had given individual stat awards for the night, the award for most times to hit coach in the head would have gone to number 12. But I would take a hit to the head any day if it meant that I got the privilege of coaching this girl right here. The hustle that Cecilia showed this season is unmatched. As a coach, you know that hustle isn't taught. You can talk about it until you're blue in the face, but you can't teach a player to have it. It's just a personal decision and a desire within them. Throughout the entire season, there wasn't a ball that Cecilia didn't give 150% to get to. The floor didn't scare her. In fact, it almost seemed that she would hit the floor harder each time she went for a ball just for fun. The balls that she saved had me in disbelief sometimes because they just seemed impossible to get to. A great all-around player and incredibly coachable. Every curveball that I threw her, every correction that I gave her, every time I asked for something specific from her, she took it all in stride and put it into play wholeheartedly. Number 13, Peyton. Peyton joined the team this season without ever having played volleyball before. It was immediately clear to the rest of us that we had gained a wonderful, happy-go-lucky, encouraging, positive, and eager to learn new teammate. Peyton came in new to the game and worked hard to learn the ins and outs of volleyball and develop her skills. She was never hesitant to ask a question about anything or to seek direction as to how she could improve. She not only worked hard in practice, but also spent many hours at home working on her skills. She was an incredible cheerleader to her teammates, always encouraging and uplifting them. It was a huge year of growth for Peyton, and I am so thankful she took a chance on volleyball and joined us this year. Number 18, Ella. If I am being honest, I only just learned Ella's age about 2 weeks ago. I had gone almost the whole season thinking she was at least 13 until I learned that she was in fact only 11. To say I was mind-blown was an understatement. The maturity she showed as a player and the skill set that she brought to our team is not typical of an 11-year-old. She ended the season working hard right off the bat, quick and eager to learn, and constantly pushing herself to improve. A great all-around player, her front row presence was especially crucial for us this season. I often found myself in disbelief at the saves, tips, and hits that she would somehow pull off. By the time we got to state, her confidence in herself and her love and excitement for the game blossomed. It was a joy and a privilege to watch Ella come into her own as a player this season, and I am so excited to see what next season has in store for her. Number 20, Hannah. It was so much fun this season having Hannah as one of my players and getting to know her better. What I have seen in her is that she has the biggest, kindest, and most giving heart. Within just my first couple weeks of coaching, she had already given me a note encouraging and uplifting me. I was so blessed and encouraged by that. To say Hannah as a team player is an understatement. She will work tirelessly to improve her skills, determined and focused in practice and games, but never let anything be more important than encouraging and uplifting her teammates. Thankfully, I stood most games because her poor mom, Emily, Coach Emily, probably now has diminished hearing in her ears, so Hannah's loud and exuberant cheering for her team anytime she's on the bench. I think I can speak for the whole team when I say her cheering and encouragement was vital to us this season. Never once a complaint and always happy and willing to fulfill any role I needed to do on the team. Plus, the girls got hops. It's honestly jaw-dropping how high she can jump. It was a true joy to coach her this year. Before we move on to the last couple players, I would be remiss to not acknowledge Coach Emily tonight. I am so very thankful that God put it on both of our hearts to coach this year and that we were given the gift of coaching this amazing group of girls together. I couldn't have asked for anyone better to walk through this season with. Where I felt more comfortable in the actual coaching of the game, Emily physically balanced me out by thinking of ways to encourage the girls and help them have fun throughout the season. I turned to focus on the game, whereas she focused more on nurturing the girls' hearts. I learned so much from Emily this season, and I'm profoundly grateful to her. She kept me on track with all the finer details that coaching involves and was a constant source of encouragement, an ear to listen to my questions and concerns, a wise friend to bounce ideas off of, and a shoulder to lean on. Thank you for all of your hard work this season, Emily. I couldn't have done it without you. Before Coach Emily takes this, real quick, we always had tons of us at practice, so that's just what happens. But we wanted to give this little award to my son Samuel. I don't know where he is, Samuel. But at every practice, he was breaking a sweat and hustling to get all of our balls that were just flying all over the gym so that we didn't have to run after them and get them all the time. So if you want to come up here, buddy, here's this for you.
So I feel exactly the same about Kelly. I
I mean, it was amazing to learn from this lady. She truly loves to coach and loves these girls. So thank you very much. You did great. I also want to say thank you to everybody that served this year. We had a couple amazing parents that really stepped forward and helped us out. Really appreciate them, along with the board members and everyone else that served. And then I think we can't forget the fathers. Thank you to my husband who stepped in and helped out at home, but I know there's a lot of other dads that do the same thing so their wives can be here. Thank you. I'd like to take place 7 group of ladies this year. Truly honored to help coach them, and I couldn't ask for a better group of girls. We did also this year do a weekly volleyball. Our girls could earn that by having a good attitude, being ready to play at the game, ready at practice, and just be overall positive. So we had a little volleyball that we handed out, and then they wrote their name on a larger volleyball. So we're going to give the ball award out. This amazing player consistently came into practice and games ready to work. She always had a positive attitude and a smile on her face. She played hard this season, and this all around an exceptional young lady and teammate. Good job, Mariah. And last but not least, we have the Patriot Award. This young lady demonstrates all the qualities that the Patriot Award stands for. She always had a great attitude, and most of all, we have seen her be the teammate that the girls looked for and find comfort in on the court the most. All season long, we've seen her consistently encourage her teammates on the court. When they were down when they were down on the court, she's been there to encourage them and change the dynamic of the game. Great work this season, Gianna. All right, we are going to do pictures. Picture time. Good job, Cornelia.
Now, JV, right? Okay.
All right. Thanks for coming to the banquet. This is such a great end of the season way to celebrate our players and to thank everyone that's been involved. I do have a lengthy list of thank yous, so I'll try to get through it quickly. My first thank you is to my husband, Matt, who does a lot to make sure I can be in the gym a lot. And I really appreciate that. I said he was the MVP last year. I didn't want to overplay it and say he was MVP again, but number one in my heart, honey. Thanks to my kids too. You guys either get hauled to gyms or have to do a lot of extra stuff. So thank you for being patient as we made this move into JV. It was a lot of fun for me. I'd like to thank Penny and McKenna. I have coached in a lot of situations, and coaching with Penny and McKenna, and just being able to do it with joy and enthusiasm and like genuinely being for each other has been such a gift to me. And I would also like to thank you guys, your parents. You guys do a lot of driving and a lot of overseeing and a lot of management to make this happen. So thank you very much for all that you do to make this season happen. And last, I would like to thank my players, girls. This is one of this team has been awesome every step of the way. So thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for you know what I forgot? I forgot my coach. We did a paper. Guys, I want you to know that Joella made an avatar of me. I think that's the word. I'm old. I don't know. And we decided to have a caption contest, and then the girls got to write a caption each of something that I would say or have said, and then we voted on it, and it was a lot of fun. And then I should bring it. I have to think about it. Okay, let's just say I have some key phrases that they all picked up on really well over the season, and I just enjoyed being with you guys so much. These girls are amazingly full of talent, and yet, with the amazing full of talent, that's not even the most amazing thing about them. The most amazing thing about them to me is that they so genuinely want to be a team. Our theme this year was unity. We picked that long before we knew who was going to be on anybody's team, who was going to be where, and before we even knew what was going to come our way this year, we decided that as a program, what we wanted to focus on was unity. And so every week, we've been doing devotions on that topic. We've been talking about it since July, and these girls have been one of the most genuinely like for each other team that I've had. We're not dealing with the off-the-floor issues that sometimes we have to deal with. And we even had a theme one week about like what are some, where's some ways that we can improve in this, and we're all kind of like, this is actually get along really well. This is really cool that we get to do this and we get to experience this together. So this has been a great team to get to be with. From a season perspective, our regular season record was 18-2. To put that, if that helps you put it in perspective, like that's a full varsity team going all the way to the state finals kind of schedule. Plus, we had 7 tournaments on top of that. Tournaments that we tied third at Mid-Michigan, our first tournament of the year. Took second at RCB and at Washington, and as well as our division at Nationals, and first place at Huron Valley, as well as 4th place at state. So we had a great season. We set some very hard goals for ourselves, and our girls worked to achieve those goals. We expected our communication level to be high. In fact, we expected it to be at 100%. It never was going to be, and we knew that, but we didn't want to sell ourselves short on that goal. What place we wanted to take in tournaments, what kind of player we were and teammate we were even on the bench. All of those were goals that these girls tackled head on and set themselves some difficult goals and met them. This is an incredibly talented group of girls. If you have not had the pleasure of watching them, stay. They will enjoy being their parents. I mean, they will enjoy it a lot. So, I don't know, I could talk forever about them. I'm not going to. I'm going to try to do this in number order. Okay. We're going to start with number 2, Quinn Davidson. Quinn had an impressive season across the board. Her passing total is 1,028. That means she touched the ball to pass it over 1,000 times this season with a 67% passing percentage. But that's not where we stopped. She also hit 645 times with a 35% kill percentage, along with 63 aces for the season. She is getting our Scrappy Award because she's absolutely everywhere. You could think that a ball's not even anywhere near her, and she will find a way to get it and get to it, and so she is getting the Scrappy Award. Next we have number 4, Adelaide Hefner. Adelaide had an impressive number of aces this season. She did an incredibly consistent server. She had 63 aces, and as a first-year JV setter, she had almost 200 assists. Assists is a set that becomes a kill. And when you have two setters on your floor, which we do, a 200 would be a very average season for a setter. With one setter on the floor, with two setters on the floor, it's incredible because that means that she's setting that much and someone else is setting the other half of the time. I've seen her grow in her defense and in her ability to pick up a ball that would have been way outside of her wheelhouse at the beginning of the season where she was touching them and getting them, no problem at the end of the season. Probably one of my favorite parts about having moved from 12 to 14 to 16, the way that I did, is that I've gotten to be with several of these players year over year, and just getting to watch them grow has been really cool. And Adelaide is one of those players. So Adelaide's getting the setter dump award because she's so tall and so handy that she is able to just pop the ball right over the net, and there's no time to deal with that. And so that is one of Adelaide's true skills. So there you go. Next we have number 5, Emily Marsh. Not only is Emily a fantastic setter with almost 400 assists this year, and that's a varsity team running with one setter numbers, and she has it with another setter that she's backing up, and that other girls on the team that are taking touches as assists. Almost 400 assists this year, plus 68 aces, and her passing percentage is excellent. Emily is a key leader on our team. She is wanting her teammates to be successful every turn, and so for that she is getting the assist award. I can live with that. I had her playing libero for me last year, and this year she was a hitter for me. And she did not once say, "Hey, coach, are you sure that this is what you want to do?" She just said, "Okay, coach, tell me what I need to do." The way that she chose to attack the ball and continue to attack, learning how to play that position well, was incredible. She hit line like no one I've ever seen before, and every single time that she either touched the ball correctly or incorrectly, she looked to me and she was like, "What can I learn in this situation?" And so for that, she has the Line Drive Award for all those great lines that she did. Next we have Jana. Jana started playing volleyball last year when I was a coach, and I will say this all the time: volleyball is not an easy sport to learn. There's a lot of moving parts, but the moving parts are not necessarily controllable by one or two people. It takes all 6 girls on the floor to do this well. And so picking up the game has a lot to do with the girls that are around you and with your own athletic abilities. And so it's not easy, and she has done amazing. And watching her grow as a player over this last year has been a real gift to me. I have her playing right side because she's super aggressive in that. She's never willing to leave anything anything up the net. She's always going for the ball. And I've just seen her grow and grow and grow in her hitting and how well she attacks everything that she does. So for that, Jana has the aggressive award. But she is super aggressive every time she's on the net. Mallory is not here. But her award is the reliable award because no matter what role I put her in, no matter what I asked her to do, she did it well, she did it reliably. Even if she did look at me like I was crazy for my newest idea. So that was her award. All right, Madison, you're next. Madison is getting our Smart Player Award. She can see the court like no one I've coached in a long time. And what she does with the ball, what she sees while she's playing in the middle of those games. I always felt like as a player, I was like 4 seconds behind because I could see what was going on, and then I was too slow to make it happen. And Maddie sees that, and then she makes it happen. She finds the hole, she finds the spot, and then she keeps coming back for more, wanting to know, what can I do to improve, what can I do to tweak, how can I make this better? And so she's just an incredibly smart volleyball player. Her passing percentage is 55%, and her kill percentage is 25%, so she's got great stats as well. So great job, Abby. Number 22. Jason is taking home the WOW award because the middle hitters on our floor the middle hitters have a lot to do, and our middle hitters actually play middle back as well. So they cover 900 square feet all the time. So the reason why I went with the WOW award for JC is because there were times when she hit into a block and then got down to cover for herself to start off the next place so that her teammates could be successful every single time across the board. Her passing percentage is 63% with almost 1,000 touches on the ball. She's everywhere. And her kill percentage is 38%. She led our kill percentage all year long because every time she went up to hit the ball, she hit it well and she hit smartly also. And so that was awesome. I also think she led us in aces with 78. So left back for us, and she's an incredibly skilled and just fundamental passer. She just gets there and it's this fluid motion that looks like this every single time. It's consistent, it's there, and she just continued to grow in that role over our whole season. Her passing percentage is 52%, which is extremely high, and but she's getting a serving award because Ella is one of our most consistent servers across the board. Every time she went back to the line, she had this amazing serve that just danced across the top of the tape, and the other team would panic and they would not know how to react, which I love. And she would, and it just her looked like that every single time, and it was great. And her serve was so consistent, helped us out so much. So great job, Ella. I have 3 awards to give for JV and varsity. JV and varsity have 3 awards, and so we have an offensive award, a defensive award, and a Patriot award. So I'm going to start first with our defensive award, which goes to Quinn Davidson. Her sheer number of passes, so many of those are digs that she's getting to balls that were just incredibly hard to get to, as well as playing and covering while on blocks and on hitting. She's just in so many places, making sure that her teammates are covered or that she's able to get to the ball for them. So volleyball, the start of offense is really, really big because you have that. Our offensive award is going to JC Reed. In addition to her kill percentage and her serve, which I already shared with you, she's a force up in that. There is watching her, sometimes just watching her, I was exhausted. I was like, wow, I don't know how she did that or got to that or made that happen. And she did it over and over and over again. And she's just an incredibly offense-forward player, and she's always ready to make the play happen too. Not just for her, she's ready to set it up for her teammates and make that happen too. Another Patriot award for someone who is coachable, leads well, has a good attitude, character, and challenges her teammates to be the best they can be. It goes to Emily Marsh. Emily's care for her teammates and her willingness to work hard with a great attitude, to encourage them, to be a leader. Maybe not always the loudest leader, but always the most intentional and thoughtful, both on the court and off, whether that's texting all of her teammates to make sure that we all know what to wear our tie-dye shirt on one day, or whether that's making sure that everything is covered. Hey, coach, we need to do this. How can we communicate this with our teammates? And just leading in a way that was incredibly humble and really just so wanting the best for her teammates. That is why I picked Emily for communication. I just want to do one last thing before we step off. Oh, we have to take pictures. But before we step off the stage, I just want to do one last thing. It has been a joy and a privilege to get to So you guys are with me this year to get to pray with you and to get to pray for you. One of my favorite memories, it's not on the wall because we did it beforehand, was the night before state. We asked each of the girls to pray for the girl to their right, and we went around in a circle and prayed for that each other, specifically and by name before we left for the state tournament. That's one of my favorite memories for this season. Jim Walsh, did you put money on me crying tonight? That was one time. So before we leave the stage, I just want to offer you one last thing. This isn't mine. This is just a blessing for you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he look upon you with his favor and give you peace. Amen.
JV pictures. All right, varsity, it's your turn.
All right, what a great season we had this year. Many memories were made. Some that I can think of was all of us cheering for Jana when she brought the ball card over during practice, and that kept going. The Van Riding Nationals with all the singing and chanting and digging zone over and over. Clipping clothespins on people at both nationals and states. The team making fun of me for saying go all in or go home and do nothing when I meant to say go big or go home. The personal encouragements that each player gave during their encouragement week, calling Bob on two, and much more, including placing in several tournaments. Those were great memories too. This varsity team tied for third at both the Huron Valley and Mid-Michigan tournaments. We placed second at both the Washtenaw and Freedom Christian tournaments. We were runner-up in our division at nationals, and we finished 5th out of 13 teams at the state tournament. So I'm really proud of how these girls played this year. We gave some top teams a run for their money, including beating Chad Green in pool play at states. And that was the team that ended up winning it all. So what a great season. We had a few team goals this year. One was to get at least a 30% kill percentage as a team, and we achieved a 32% kill percentage. Another one was to get 20% or less miss hit percentage, and we finished with 19.8. And then we aimed for 90% serving percentage, and we finished very close with an 89.2 for serving percentage. So all good numbers, ladies. What impressed me most was their attitude on the final day of the state tournament, when they had to have been exhausted, and with having to face two of the teams that we've had trouble with all year, HEA and Premier. These girls decided to be positive. They decided to go all out and have fun in the process, and it really was a joy to watch them diving on the floor, giving it their all, dominating some points, challenging the other teams, making them take timeouts, and smiling through it all. So that was a really fulfilling way, I thought, to end the season. They had left everything on the court, and I couldn't have asked for more. So let's introduce the players in number order. Number 3, Riley Darnell. Riley helped the team out in many ways. One of them being the energy bikes that she would bring to tournaments, which provided some much needed pep during those long days. She was injured for a few games at the beginning of the season, and we were very glad she was able to recover and help the team out in the back row. Riley had 92 digs for us. She also aided the team with her serving up 58 aces throughout the year. And I really enjoyed her easygoing way she had about her when she didn't seem to let things get to her. It's a great characteristic to have in life. Nice senior year, Riley. Number 4, Scout Davidson. I really appreciated Scout's enthusiasm. She often celebrated our points with energy and excitement. She had a 34% kill percentage with her hits, which was one of the highest on the team. She had 69 block kills, along with 87 other blocks and touches that didn't result in a direct point. She also helped the team out with setting and contributed 294 assists over the season. Good job, Scout. Ariana Freeman was our number 6 player, and she's not here today, but I really appreciated Ariana's willingness to do difficult things for the sake of team unity, and she was willing to help out when anything needed. She ended up with 25 assists for the year, 33 kills, and 41 digs during the season. And then we move on to number 7, Kylie Reed. Kylie had determination to play her role to the best of her ability. She had the highest kill percentage on the team with 35%. She had 188 kills on the season and was also 3rd in the number of tip kills. I was excited to be able to see her play back row this year, and she helped us greatly with 387 digs back there. She had a lot of area to cover, covering the whole back line, and probably came away with countless bruises from going all out on the floor diving for balls. Great season, Kylie. Number 8, Caitlin Walsh. Caitlin was one of the 2 captains on the team this year and performed that job well. I was impressed with her positive attitude, whether on the court or off. Whether after a personal mistake or a team mistake, she kept her head up. Statistically, she led the team by far with an amazing 96% serve percentage, getting 618 of her 645 serves in the court and over net. 91 of those were aces, most of those, I think a lot of those, coming from spot serving. She also aided the team by setting up a whopping 454 assists for us. So way to go, Caitlin. Number 9, Mariel Metcalf. I was really impressed with Mariel's calm demeanor through the highs and lows. She was someone that the team could rely on to stay steady and focused. Mariel had a 34% kill percentage, which was one of the highest on the team. And she ended up with 147 kills, 36 tip kills, and she was also 2nd on the team with a number of block kills at 38. She also had 53 blocks and touches on the ball that didn't result in a direct point, but that definitely helped the team out. Great year dollar on there. Number 10, Ted Lee.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sandy. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Tenley. Okay, Tenley was also voted in as one of the team captains this year, and she led with tenacity, always pushing her teammates to up their level of play. She had a 32% kill percentage with 202 kills off of hits, and she led the team with 98 kills off of tips. She played very smart, often knowing right where to place the ball, and her intensity was contagious. She had great anticipation especially on defense in the back row, being able to fly from one side of the court to the other to dig the ball up so we can keep playing the point. Nice season, Tony. Number 12, Gabby Gustafson. I appreciated Gabby's positivity and the way she encourages everyone around her. She was a huge asset to the team this year with her attitude and statistically. She contributed 44 kills and 22 tip kills, a lot of those coming off what I call our basketball layup approach, which was quite effective. Gabby was also very consistent with her hits, having the lowest miss hit percentage on the team with 16%. Her serving percentage was also one of the highest on the team at 91.4%. Great season, Gabby. Number 18, Michaela Evelyn. Michaela unfortunately got injured at the state tournament this year, which was a real downer to the team. But she had a great year as our libero, getting 220 digs from the back row, and those were many of those were off the other team's strong outside hitters who had hit the ball extremely hard right in her direction across court. So other digs that she had were from when she had to hustle up real close to the net to get the balls that were tipped right over the outside blockers. She had many great saves for us, and also many great serves with 52 aces this year. So great job, Michaela. All right, I have 3 trophies to present today, the Offensive Award, Defensive Award, and the Patriot Award. And I'll start with the Offensive Award, which is going to Scout Davidson. So offensively, all these players contribute ultimately to us getting the point, and this player helped us finish those points out. She led the team with 246 kills and hits, a lot of them being placed just in the right spot. Led the team with 69 block kills, and the second in tip kills was 70. She had one of the highest kill percentages, one of the lowest miss hit percentages, and in the realm of serving, she had a 91% serving percentage. This was great too, so great job, Steph. Next will be the Defensive Award, and this award goes to Tenley Reed. Once again, a group effort on defense. This player was often seen diving on the floor, left and right, digging the ball up when it didn't seem possible. She led the team with 425 digs, and that's with missing several games. So she kept the ball from hitting the floor so many times, keeping it in place so we could finish a point out and prevent other teams from scoring. I loved seeing the big holes in the elbows of her jersey because it showed her willingness to sacrifice her body. Congratulations, Penny. Last but not least is the Patriot Award. This award is given to the player who is coachable, challenges her team to be better, has great character, a positive attitude, and displays leadership. This award is going to Caitlin Walsh. Caitlin was coachable, asking whatever she would always ask what to do to perform better and taking feedback well. She would speak encouraging and challenging words in the huddles. Caitlin displayed humbleness, cheerfulness, and perseverance in her attitude. I've also seen her display leadership and offering to lead team prayer and team devotions while also stepping up to give a keynote speech at Nationals in front of many, many people. Good job, well done, Kate. All right, with many of you being seniors, as you ladies go on in your life, use your discipline in sports and apply it to your spiritual walk. Keep competing and training. Run the race to get a prize that is not earthly but eternal. And I'll leave you with this Ephesians 6, 10, and 11. It says, "Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes." Great season. Pictures.
call our seniors back up on stage. We just have senior medals for you that we would have liked to give you senior night, but it just didn't happen. So we're gonna hand those out now. We have Caitlin and Michaela and Riley and Marielle and Henry and Hillary and Aaron. So these are our seniors. Do you want to take a senior picture? Congrats, girls. Whew, what a great year we had, right? We had 8 coaches, 7 teams, 2 gyms, 63 players, a whole lot of wins, and even more laughs on display day. So at this time, we're going to clear the chairs and get the volleyball nets up and play some volleyball. Right? We'll be announcing which teams need to be on which nets, so just listen for the announcement. So